A lot of kids out there are wearing glasses when their eyes aren't actually nearsighted. As an eye doctor specializing in children's vision, I can tell parents that for the past 15 years, I've seen so many families bring their child in for an exam. They often come with a prescription from an optical shop that says, your child is -1 or 1.0 diopter nearsighted. But here's the truth. A huge number of those cases are not true myopia. Does your child complain that their vision gets blurry after a long day of online school? Do you notice them squinting at the TV in the evening, but they seem totally fine in the morning? And when that happens, is your first thought to rush out and get them glasses? If so, you are not alone. This is the single biggest confusion about something called pseudomyopia, or fake myopia. It's essentially a severe form of digital eye strain, and perhaps 80% of parents mistake it for the real thing. In this video, I'm going to explain exactly what fake myopia is, why it happens, and most importantly, I'll share the big 3 levers. 3 simple, science-backed habits you can start today to help your child's eyes relax and, crucially, avoid getting them glasses they may not even need. So what is the difference between this fake myopia and real myopia? Let's use a simple analogy. Think of your child's eye as a high-tech camera. To get a clear picture, the camera lens has to focus. Your eye has a tiny, powerful muscle called the ciliary muscle that does this job. When your child looks at something up close, like a book or a phone, this tiny muscle has to flex or tense up to keep the image in sharp focus. Now imagine your child holding that focus for hours, doing homework, then playing a game on a tablet, then watching a video. That muscle is tensing without a break. Pseudomyopia myopia or fake myopia is what happens when that muscle gets a cramp. It's just like a Charlie horse in your leg after running too long. The muscle tenses up so tightly for so long that it temporarily forgets how to relax. So, when your child finally looks up from their screen to see something far away, like the clock on the wall, that focusing muscle is stuck in the near position. The result? Everything in the distance looks blurry, temporarily. True myopia, on the other hand, is completely different. It isn't a muscle problem. True myopia, what we call nearsightedness, is a permanent change in the structure of the eye. It's when the eyeball itself physically grows too long from front to back. When the eyeball is too long, the camera is broken in a different way. The light coming into the eye focuses in front of the retina, the film at the back of the camera, instead of directly on it. This makes distant objects blurry all the time, and the only way to fix it is with corrective lenses or glasses. Here's the critical part. This is where the confusion happens. If you take your child to get an eye test while their eye muscle is having that cramp while they have fake myopia, the test, especially an automatic machine, can be fooled. The machine measures the eye in its stress state and incorrectly reports that the child is nearsighted. Giving glasses to a child for fake myopia is like putting a hard cast on a leg that is just tired and sore. It doesn't solve the root problem, the muscle fatigue, and some evidence suggests it might even make the eye more stressed, potentially increasing the risk for true myopia later on. So how does this muscle cramp problem actually start? It builds up from our daily habits, and it's often reinforced by a few common misunderstandings that I hear from parents all the time. The first common pattern is thinking, my child is using the iPad for homework, so that doesn't count as screen time nut. Unfortunately, I have to tell you, it absolutely does count. Your child's tiny focusing muscle doesn't know the difference between an educational app and a video game. Staring at any close-up screen for a long time is tensing that muscle. The second mistake is the weekend catch-up. Parents tell me we're very strict on weekdays, so we let them have extra screen time all weekend. This binge watching is one of the worst things for their eyes. It's like asking that tiny eye muscle to run a non-stop marathon. It almost guarantees fatigue and leads directly to those muscle cramps. So how can you tell if your child's blurry vision is just this temporary fake myopia, or if it's the real thing? You need to become a detective and look for a pattern. True myopia is usually constant, but fake myopia and eye strain send very specific red flags. Here is your checklist. Red flag number 1, inconsistent blurring. This is the most important clue. Does your child complain of blurriness mostly at the end of the day? Is it right after they finish homework or after a long session on their tablet? But in the morning, after a full night of sleep, they seem to see perfectly fine. That is the classic sign of muscle fatigue, not a permanent change in their eye. Red flag number 2, physical symptoms. Listen to their specific complaints. Are they getting frequent headaches, especially across their forehead or at their temples? Do their eyes seem watery, or do they suddenly complain that normal lights are too bright? That isn't just being tired. Those are physical signs that the focusing muscle is overworked. Red flag number 3, the constant eye rub. You notice your child rubbing their eyes all the time? This is often an unconscious reflex. That muscle is in a state of stress, and their brain is telling them to do something to try and reset the focus. They're literally trying to push the cramp out. And red flag number 4, it gets better with rest. This one is simple. You tell your child to put the device down and go play outside for an hour. When they come back, they say their headache is gone and the world looks clear again. Or they go to bed with blurry vision and wake up seeing 20/20. That tells you everything. The cramp has relaxed. Here's the key takeaway. If your child can read the street signs on the way to school in the morning, but can't see the TV clearly at night, that is almost certainly not true. Permanent myopia. That is their body sitting in SOS. It's a cry for help from a muscle that is completely exhausted. The good news is we know exactly how to help it. This brings us to the most important part of this video. These are the practical, evidence-based secrets that we use to protect children's vision. We don't need expensive equipment for this. We need habits. I call these the big 3 levers for protecting your child's eyes. If you only remember 3 things from this video, make it these 3. Lever number 1, the 20-20-20 rule. This is the number 1 defense against that muscle cramp we talked about. It's incredibly simple. For every 20 minutes, your child spends looking at something up close, whether it's a book, a tablet, or a piece of homework. They must take a break and look at something 20 feet away. That's about 6 meters. This just means looking out the window or down a long hallway. And they need to hold that distant gaze for 20 seconds. Why 20 seconds? Research from organizations like the National Eye Institute shows this is the minimum time it takes for that tiny, hard-working ciliary muscle to fully relax and reset itself. This rule directly breaks the cycle of non-stop tensing. How do you make it happen? Set a timer. Use a simple kitchen timer, a smart speaker, or one of the many free timer apps. Make it a game. When the timer goes off, everyone in the family, you included, looks out the window for 20 seconds. Lever number 2, the power of outdoor time. If the 20-20-20 rule is for symptoms, this lever is for prevention. This is the single most powerful tool we have to reduce the risk of true myopia from ever starting. The science on this is overwhelming. Based on major studies, we now recommend that children get at least 2 hours of outdoor time every single day. And here's a common point of confusion. It's not primarily about vitamin D, and it's not about exercise. It's about light intensity. The ambient light outside, even on a cloudy, gray day, is hundreds of times brighter than the light in a typical classroom or living room. This intense, bright light hitting the retina, the film at the back of the eye, triggers the release of a chemical called dopamine. And studies suggest that dopamine acts as a natural stop signal, helping to inhibit the eyeball from growing too long. How do you get 2 hours? It doesn't have to be all at once. It doesn't even have to be organized sports. Walking to school, eating a snack on the balcony, playing in the backyard, or just reading a book under a tree, it all counts. Just get them outside. Lever number 3, the elbow rule setup. This last lever fixes the environment where the eye strain is happening, the study desk. First, let's fix the distance with what I call the elbow rule. The distance from your child's eyes to their book or screen should be at least the length of their own forearm, from their elbow to their fingertips. Have them check this right now. Most kids, you'll find, are sitting way too close. This elbow rule is a simple physical reminder to keep a healthier distance, which forces that focusing muscle to work less. Second, check the lighting. Your child should never use a screen in a dark room. The contrast is extremely harsh on their eyes. Ensure the room is well lit, and if they're reading, use a good desk and lamp that shines onto the page, not into their eyes. And finally, check their posture. Make sure they're sitting up straight, with both feet flat on the floor or on a footrest. Slouching or lying down to read on the floor forces their eyes to work at odd angles and distances, which just adds to the strain. So let's bring this all together. Why is it so important to catch this fake myopia? Here is the most important warning I can give you. If you ignore pseudomyopia, if you let that muscle stay in a state of constant chronic fatigue, it doesn't just go away. Some studies suggest that this constant focusing strain may act as a trigger, accelerating the process for your child to develop true, permanent myopia faster. We have to stop that muscle strain before it potentially leads to a permanent problem. Now, you may be asking, when should I go to the doctor? This is my professional advice. Start by implementing the big 3 levers we just discussed. Be consistent for 2 weeks. If after 2 weeks of diligent 20-20-20 breaks, more outdoor time, and a proper desk setup, your child still complains of blurry vision, especially if the blurriness is now happening in the morning and the evening, that is when you must schedule an appointment with an optometrist or an ophthalmologist. They will be able to perform a comprehensive exam. This often involves using special eye drops, which are cycloplegic drops. That's a fancy term for drops that force that cramped up focusing muscle to finally relax. This is the only way to get a true, accurate measurement and find out for certain if it's fake myopia or real myopia. Here is your simple checklist to start today. First, set a 20-20-20 timer for your child's next study session. Do it today. Second, look at their schedule and find a way to add 30 more minutes of outdoor time. Build up to that 2-hour goal. Third, go to their desk and check the elbow rule right now. Fourth, enforce a no screens rule for at least 1 hour before bedtime. This helps the focusing muscle relax and also helps them sleep. Fifth, if your child is at high risk, schedule a routine eye exam every 6 to 12 months. Don't panic, just take action. Protecting your child's eyes isn't complicated, but it does require consistency. It's about building small, healthy habits. So please, start with just one small change today. Set that 20-20-20 timer for your child. It's the simplest way to give their eyes the rest they desperately need. Was this video helpful? Please comment eyes down below to get your free downloadable PDF checklist, which breaks down healthy habits for all 4 age groups, from toddlers to teens, plus my list of the best free timer apps. And please don't forget to subscribe and turn on that notification bell. It helps this channel reach more parents, and you won't want to miss our video next week where we're tackling the big question, are anti-myopia desk lamps truly effective or just clever marketing? Thank you so much for watching, and here's to healthy eyes for your family.